Welcome to Home of Politics, ladies and gentlemen. Continue subscribing, sharing, commenting, and do not forget to turn on the notification button so that you remain updated. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue of succession of Raila Odinga in politics is what is on top of the politics right now. And this has just emerged after some critics decided to expose what they were feeling about Raila Odinga. Some of the critics have been saying that Raila Odinga should resign or retire from politics. Some of them are advising Raila Odinga to endorse another leader who can lead in his place. Some of them are just holding on the decision that Raila should lead and should come out in 2027 on polls to vie for a presidential seat. This is three different ideas that one person should decide on what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we see leaders who have survived under Raila Odinga and they have acquired what they needed. Some of them are governors, MPs, senators, women reps, among others. And according to the ability of Raila Odinga to nurture all these leaders, it means he cannot lack someone to replace him. But unfortunately, of late, we heard about the issue of Oburu Odinga, elder brother of Raila Odinga, who decided to announce that Raila Odinga should retire from politics and endorse Opiyo Wandayi as a leader who will replace him in his politics. It did not work well with him because Raila Odinga was very silent and quiet. He did not respond even a single thing about the endorsement of another leader. These have been overlapped by the idea of Ruth Odinga. This is a younger sister to Raila Odinga, who recently said that she has observed everywhere and there is no leader who can fit Raila Odinga's shoes. The shoe is very big, and when we see the issue of people trying to have that intention to replace Raila Odinga, it will not be very easy. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the two people from the same family, from the same party, who are bringing out different ideas. Because for Oburu Odinga, he says Raila Odinga should endorse another leader to replace him. And for Ruth Odinga, says that Raila will still be the kingpin and he will not be replaced with anyone because she has not found another suitable leader who can fit that shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, for instance, so many leaders have been mentored under Raila Odinga, and if he decides today that he's resigning, he shall not lack people who can take his place. But why do you think he has been very quiet all along after hearing the issues of succession? This comes after a lot of critics who have just been advising Raila in one way or another. The first idea, they have been advising Raila to endorse another leader who can lead the people in politics on his behalf. Another one, they are telling him to resign from politics. And another one, some of the people are pushing him to be strong and wait 2027 when he will stand out as a presidential candidate again. I don't know which decision will Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga pick, but it will all depend on his decision. Now that Raila Amolo Odinga is not restricted or limited by any law in Kenya that he should resign from politics, there is nothing like that. And according to me, he will resign when he wants. And he can also decide to be in politics the rest of his life because he was born early, a leader. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can compare the list of potential leaders who can succeed Raila Amolo Odinga, we have Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Oparanya Wycliffe, and Eugene Wamalwa. Some of them, like Opiyo Wandayi, were just suggested, but let us look at this into a very keen manner. We see Eugene Wamalwa and Wycliffe Oparanya. These are the leaders from Western Kenya, and they have a lot of influence there. And if they can be given a chance, maybe they will help to divide votes that are coming from Western region in order to reduce the number of people who will vote for UDA or Kenya Kwanza come 2027. If you look at a leader like Martha Karua, this is a leader who is not influential. She has no support from the local, and the region that she comes from, it has no any impact in terms of this politics, because she was a deputy during the election period to Raila Odinga. But what she brought on the table, or the votes that she managed to collect, was so little. And it means that we should eliminate Martha Karua in this succession politics of Raila Odinga. Here we are remaining with the Kalonzo Musyoka, Wycliffe Oparanya, and Eugene Wamalwa. My good people, it will be good if Raila Odinga can decide maybe to endorse another leader like Kalonzo Musyoka. He should look for another person to deputize Kalonzo Musyoka from either Mount Kenya region or Western region. This is because the region that I've just mentioned, they have a lot of influence, and population is very good if you compare with the other regions. And for Raila Odinga maybe to endorse another leader, he will have to calculate a lot of things before he does that. For instance, if Kalonzo Musyoka can be put at the forefront, he has won the northeastern part and some of the part of Mount Kenya, and he can be easily convinced to win the western part of Kenya if he will be deputized by a leader from Western Kenya. For instance, a deputy here we are talking about Wycliffe Oparanya or Eugene Wamalwa, because if you look at the politics of Western Kenya, this is a region that is divided right now. Some of the people are supporting Raila Odinga and some of them are still in Kenya Kwanza. And those who are still in Kenya Kwanza, they are there strongly because some of their leaders are in government, leader like Mudavadi and Wetangula. It means that if Raila Odinga can use a deputy from Western Kenya, then they will successfully divide the votes from Western Kenya, whereby they will have to share the votes, and this might give them a strong winning come 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, according to how things are going, and just to emphasize on what Ruth Odinga, a senator from Kisumu, said, a woman rep from Kisumu said, then it can be confirmed that there is no any intention of Raila Odinga to give that chance to another leader. And so for people who had a lot of hope and intentions for that top seat of Raila Odinga, then it might just disappoint them, because we see he is strongly looking forward to 2027 election when he will stand again in the polls to be voted for. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no any law that will restrict Raila Odinga from being in politics or retiring by force. He will choose whether he will rule forever or he will die in office or he can quit. It is upon his decision. But the possibility here is that Kalonzo Musyoka, if he cannot be given that priority maybe to be on top or to repress Raila Odinga, he can think to deviate the same way people like Mudavadi deviated from Raila's camp. And it will not be a lot of surprise, because we see some of the people who were together with Raila Odinga deviated and joined Kenya Kwanza government. And now that Kalonzo Musyoka, Oparanya, Wycliffe, and another leaders like Karua, they are very loyal to Raila Odinga. How best can Raila Odinga reward these leaders? The Azimio principals who have been working with him everywhere, especially Kalonzo Musyoka. For instance, it will be very much unfair if Kalonzo will be denied a position or a high seat, because this is a man who has supported Raila Odinga for a long time, and maybe he was hoping that the last support that he gave him, it was the last for being a winner. And now that people are still talking like Raila Odinga cannot be replaced, then this one is making these leaders who are strong here to be hopeless. And if Raila Odinga can decide to be on polls, then be sure that things might not be changing, because from the 5 elections he have been losing, and the 6th one, we don't know how things will turn out, but people are just suggesting that another leader should be endorsed to take a place of Raila Odinga, so that he can continue nurturing other leaders who can come and continue with the same spirit. I don't know what you think, if it is possible for Raila Odinga to step down or to endorse another leader. What is your advice to these people? Because in order for one to fit Raila Odinga's shoes, he must be as tough as Raila himself. And looking at the list of leaders, Ruth Odinga just said that there is nobody and there will be nobody who will replace Raila Odinga. What do you think? Send me ideas in the comment section on a leader who can be fit for Raila's shoes and bring this country in the way Raila has been running it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day.